Hello and welcome to the Roan Solutions podcast. In this episode, Lisa McHale and Craig Robbenheimer of Roan Solutions discuss how the cloud helps businesses with data recovery and leveraging costs associated with the cloud. For more information, you can contact Roan Solutions at area code 617-517-6444, or you can find us on the web at www.roansolutions.com. That's ROAN, roansolutions.com.
How does the cloud reduce costs?
A lot of these bigger companies are putting up many thousands of servers and huge data centers, and with that they have a lot of leverage in terms of cost. They're able to provide a pay-as-you-go type arrangement. Companies are providing a per gigabyte cost online, depending on what the service is. Some of these companies are providing backup and disaster recovery, where that's how they'll work. Their costing will be done on the amount of storage that you have. Some companies will provide you the amount of processors you use, and then on top of that, the amount of memory that you're using per processor. So there's a number of different ways you can do that, and if you can imagine having a data center with thousands of machines to provide this service, all working as one, you can obviously leverage and create some very predictable and low-cost alternatives. Being able to leverage the cloud, the small business can get a lot of these sort of enterprise-grade solutions by paying for them in the cloud. So, the decision there for the business owner is, I've got two options. I can either pay a capital expenditure of whatever $1,000 to get that server set up, or I can push it into the cloud and have it be hosted where my team of people can access it in the cloud and pay for it on a monthly basis.
I think you summed it up perfectly right there, Craig. What I heard from you at the very end of that was small businesses can take advantage of the cloud and leverage their buying power with everybody else's buying power to have the same solution as what a large enterprise would. So in that understanding of it's a large data center, the cloud is a good solution for small to medium-sized businesses to have the same capabilities as enterprise solutions. So what I'm hearing is that there's a lot of on-the-fly changes that can be made within the cloud to give a growing company the flexibility that it's going to need. I think more to the point of the power grid. You were saying something about most enterprise companies are only on one power grid. And let's say, for example, we had a power outage in Boston and my information was in the cloud. Is there a backup mechanism within the cloud infrastructure that if we had a power failure in Boston, my information would be somewhere else and I would still have access to it and not be able to access my information?
If you are a business in a city or in a suburb, or it doesn't matter where you are, you typically only have one power source, and if that power source goes down, you're going to lose power to everything, your phones, your infrastructure, your systems. But the reality is that if power does go down and you are short of power, typically the internet is 99.99%, and people will tell you it's 100%, and for the most part it is. But everyone does have outages, and we know that.
So we have seen power failures in the past. Why is the cloud a benefit to that?
Typically you have, you should have, data centers is where you usually will have your infrastructure, and again, it all goes down to the choice that one makes, and making the right choice is obviously key to what you're trying to do in business. But it's very unusual if you have a data center that doesn't have at least two sources of power and at least a backup generator, etc. So there's usually a lot of redundancy. A lot of these locations have both for a U.S. base, typically have a East and a West Coast operation, and can fail over to either one of those, if not instantaneously, in a very short period of time. So there is infrastructure. It's built to be secure And some of these technologies and what you're using, you absolutely can build and develop those in a small business, but it's a cost factor, and the amount of money you can spend is a lot higher, where you can share that expense and just pay as you go for services in the cloud.
Awesome. So the cloud does have a lot of benefits in terms of being for power failure. I'm hearing redundancy, et cetera, and just a good solution for data recovery. So thanks again to Craig Robbenheimer from Roan Solutions Incorporated. Again, in Boston, the number that you can be reached at, Craig, is 617-517-6444. Again, that's 617-517-6444. Thanks again, Craig, for your time and some preliminary information about the cloud.
Thank you very much, Lisa, and feel free to call us if you have any questions about the cloud.